It's giving Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter. No thought happened reading this book. This book saved me and I'm so back, baby. How hard can it be? Boys do it. I lied. Hello, book besties. Welcome or welcome back. Whoa, my hair. Hello, book besties. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Delaney if you are new here, and we are starting another weekly-ish reading vlog. I always say weekly, and then I tend to run over the week because I just don't get enough reading in for an entire vlog, but that's okay. We are starting a brand new vlog, and this is a seasonal theme vlog. We're going to be reading summer books for the entire week-ish. I am very excited. Here in the Pacific Northwest, summer is summering. I feel like we've reached the point, like we are in the 80s. It is sunny, it is nice, it feels like summer. It's not technically summer yet, it's middle of June, but summer is rapidly approaching and it feels like it, and I want to read summery themed books. It's the vibe right now. I have a lot of books that are on my TBR that I've been saving for this time of year because you can't read a summer book in like October. It doesn't work. So they have been sitting on my TBR looking at me. Some of them are new releases this year and then some of them I've had on my TBR. So we're going to be working our way through some of those, kind of just mood reading my way through them, honestly. I am very excited for this vlog. I love just like quick summery reads. I feel like the vibes are there. They're just so like atmospheric, and it's nice to read a book in the sun that just feels like summer, if that makes sense. So I am in my summer uniform. I wear overalls all the time, all through the summer. So if you're watching vlogs, upcoming vlogs for the next few months, I will be in overalls, probably in at least one clip throughout the vlog. It's just, they're the best. They're so comfy and they're so easy and they're cute. I feel like I'm living like a farm girl life. I'm not at all a farm girl, but that's my dream in life. And so I have a braid and overalls and I'm like, I look the part, you know, we're manifesting it. Anyways, let's just jump into the books. I am starting with The Summer We Ran, and this is a new release this year. It came out June 3rd of this year. So just recently it came out. That's like, what, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago? So I'm very excited to read this. I listened to the first like 5 pages, like the prologue of it, and I'm excited. So we're gonna see where this goes. It is dual timeline, and I don't know if it's dual POV. I'm assuming because the first chapter starts with Tess, which is our female main character's name. So I'm assuming there is another point of view that we're gonna be getting. However, all I'm seeing is Tess. Okay. Yes, we will be getting multiple points of views and multiple timelines. So I'm thinking it's like a second chance romance. I didn't even read the blurb, but I'm very excited. 2 decades after their epic teenage romance, Tess and Grant are both running for the governor of Virginia, where secrets from that summer threaten to shatter their families, their political futures, and the memory of the first love that shaped their lives. Sounds very good. Very, very good. And it is stunning. Like, this cover is gorgeous. So that's where we're starting. I wanted to hop on and chat with you for a quick second and introduce the vlog. I'm gonna run. I have a work meeting in just a few minutes here, so I'm gonna go get ready for that. And hopefully read a little more today, but you'll see me when you see me. I have no idea what my plans are. We're just rolling with it. Hello. Okay, I'm sitting here listening to some of the audio of The Summer We Ran, but I have to show you guys my dog. Like, you guys will appreciate her. So I got her this pizza, like a toy, at Target the other day. It was like a $3 toy, and I was like, Delilah needs it. Like, whatever, it's $3. She has gone insane for this toy. She took it to bed with her last night. No, well, when I first gave it to her, she would not drop it. I think she was afraid I was going to take it away. Whenever I give her the crinkly toys, I think she thinks she's doing something wrong when it makes the noise. Like, acts suspicious, and I think she thought I was going to take it away from her. So she would not drop it. She took it out when she would go potty. She took it in the yard. She was holding it while she peed. She came inside, would not drop it. Whenever I got close to her, she would pick it up if it wasn't in her mouth. She took it to bed with her, got up this morning, took it outside to go potty. She's obsessed, and I have to show you guys how cute she is. So she's destroying it. That's half her fluff that's falling off and half the stuffing. But, baby, do you love it? Oh, are you licking your toy? Oh, you're licking your paw. Do you have an owie? You're so cute, honey. You're so cute, baby bug. I really don't have a book update. I just wanted to talk to you about my dog because I am like the annoying dog mom that will not shut up about her dog. But yeah, I'm listening to the book. It's okay. It's still kind of in like the setup phases, I feel like, but it's okay so far. Not overly summery vibes, kind of just like political vibes, which I'm not super into right now. Just given the climate of the world, I want like a relief from that. But it's mediocre so far. I'll update you when I get further in. I'm only like 17% in, so I will touch base, but yeah, this clip was pointless, but hopefully you thought Delilah was cute. Hello, you guys. I am a good portion of the way through this book. I'm on page 120, about to start part 2, which is where we get Grant's point of view, our main character in this book. We're finally switching POVs, and I'm very excited for that. I like our female main character, but I'm definitely ready to be outside of her brain and outside of her world. I'm just getting a little bit bored. I'm a little bored. I am not finding any of the characters overly likable. Not that like they're not likable. I don't actively dislike any of them, but I'm not feeling like super drawn or super connected to anyone in this book so far, which is making it hard to feel invested in a plot that isn't overly action-packed, if that makes sense. In other words, I feel like this book is very dependent on you really caring about the characters, and I'm not there yet. Not to say I won't be. I feel like I'm going to like Grant, our main character. I think I'm going to like his point of view. So I'm excited to jump into part 2. I don't know if all of part 2 is in his point of view. I'm assuming, because this page, it says part 2 and then it says Grant. I'm guessing that means every chapter in part 2 is in his point of view. I kind of wish we had like alternating chapters. Her point of view, his point of view, like rather than full parts dedicated to each of them. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? I don't know if my words are wording. It is a Friday. My brain is mush. So yeah, I don't have a ton of thoughts. I'm really just like not invested. I'm not having a bad time, but it's not a book I'm excited to pick up, which is fine. I feel like that's kind of just like standard summer romance. Like it's just kind of midline right now. It's kind of like sitting at a 3-star vibe. I will say I really don't like her campaign manager. I think her name's Myra. Not a fan of the campaign manager at all. Yeah, I kind of had like high hopes when I learned that this was dual POV, dual timeline, second chance romance. And I think my expectations are kind of doing me dirty because I'm a little bit let down based on my unrealistic expectations that I formulated off of very little information about the book. My hair is doing like this wonky curl thing under here. I don't know what's going on. But that is the update. I might go for a little bit of a stroll. The weather is not very nice, but I might take my dog just for like a quick slow walk. Like a quick meaning that we're not going very far, slow meaning pacing. And we'll just like stop and smell the roses and get some fresh air, and I'll listen to some of this on audio because I got the audio from my library. So I'm probably gonna go do that now and work through some more of this book. I'm a good dent. How many pages is this? Not very long. It's like 315 pages, so I should be able to finish this in the next day or 2, depending on how much time I dedicate to reading. But yeah, it's just finding time to dedicate to this book. Like I'm saying, I just am not excited to pick it up. I have to like force myself to pick it up, and then once I'm in it, it's fine. Like I'm enjoying listening to it once I start it, but it's not a book that I like am caring about enough to like think about picking up on my own. I think I need to start a second book. I'm like only reading this book, and I think that's not helping me because I want something a little more fast-paced. Maybe I'll start my Patreon book. That could be a good one because it's a thriller, and I've heard it's really, really good from you guys in my Patreon. So maybe I'll start my book club book and we'll go from there. You don't need to know this information because I'm not vlogging that, but I'm thinking out loud. I'm gonna go walk and listen and hopefully get a little bit more into this. Hey you guys, it's the next day. I'm in part 2 and I'm getting Grant, the main character's point of view, and it just got good. It just got interesting. Finally, we're not just doing this whole back and forth politics, and basically the whole premise of this book, I can't even remember if I've told you what this book's about. We have Grant and Tess, and they are both running for Virginia, I believe, governor of Virginia. And so they're both running, and they're both afraid that they are going to be found out that they used to date when they were teenagers. So like they have this history together, and their huge fear is that they're going to be found out as they're campaigning against each other, and that pictures are going to circulate or rumors are going to circulate to inform the public that they had a relationship when they were teenagers. So that alone is just a little bit underwhelming to me. Like, yeah, not ideal, but like I wanted more. And now I feel like we're getting into what actually happened when they were teenagers and the real conflict, and that's where it's getting interesting. I'm a little disappointed that it took over 200 pages to get there, but we're there now. So I'm going to continue reading this and hopefully finish it today. I'm ready to start a new book that will be in another vlog. I got an early release copy of Ashley Poston's new book, Sounds Like Love, and I was not expecting to get an early copy, and it doesn't come out until Tuesday, and it is Saturday right now. So I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited. And I really want to jump into that one, but it's a romance, so I want to wrap this one up first and then dive into that. But yes, I'm gonna go try to make some more progress on this. I'm painting right now, so I might paint and listen to some of the audio. I feel like that could be a good way to work through it. But I will update you regardless when I finish the book or beforehand if I have more to say. Okay, I read the rest of the book, and right after I talked to you guys last, I read literally the next chapter, and I don't think I like Grant. And I still, at the end of the book, don't really like Grant. The main themes in this book, I feel like, are women in positions of power, women running for office, that type of thing, and pro-choice, pro-life abortion arguments, and bodily autonomy and a woman's right to choose and that type of thing. And just the way that Grant spoke about it, like, felt very dismissive. I'm trying to choose my words very carefully. He says, I guess I never understood how my opponent could say abortion is a woman's choice. My wife chooses our dinners, our vacation plans, and most of my outfits. Abortion shouldn't be a choice like dinner, and certainly not something as simple as saying it's a woman's choice. Being a father is the greatest privilege of my life. I can only imagine what it would be like if my partner made a choice that took that gift away. I feel like that first line in particular just gives misogyny a little bit. Like, my wife chooses our dinners, our vacation plans, and most of my outfits. It's giving Man-Child by Sabrina Carpenter, and I don't like it. I don't like it. So from that point on, I just had a hard time rooting for him, and I don't like either of our main characters, really. I like what's the author's name? Audrey Ingram. I really like what she was trying to do, but I think she missed it. I think she missed the mark. I think the goal and the intention there, I'm like, yeah, like, go girl, female power. Women can do anything men can do. How hard can it be? Boys do it, you know? And I think that we just kind of missed it a little bit. I think we didn't accomplish the goal. I think we might have done the opposite. The ending was fine. I think the ending was as satisfying as it could be for a book that I didn't really enjoy the whole way through. So I ended up giving it a 3-star. I wouldn't say I like hated my time reading it, but it's not a book I think I'll be thinking about, and not a book I'll be like shouting from the rooftops that everybody should read. If you want something political and you want something, it really didn't feel summery. I was gonna say if you want something summery, but it really didn't feel summery. It didn't give summer really at all. But if you want something different, maybe, and something short, then sure. Not my favorite. Not my favorite read. I don't know where I'm going next for my next summer book, but I think I told you in the last clip that I got Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, so I will be reading that and vlogging that, and I'm just like super excited to pick that up. That's really all I can think about. So that's where I'm headed next, and yeah, beautiful cover. We'll say that. Beautiful cover. That's my book review. Better luck next time. Hello, hello. I have decided our next summer book that we are reading, and that is Sandwich. And this has been on my radar for quite some time now. I feel like I've seen quite a few people talk about it, and it's just a summer vacation book on Cape Cod. I believe it just follows a standard like American family on their summer vacation to Cape Cod. Past 2 decades, Rocky has looked forward to her family's yearly escape to Cape Cod. Their humble beach town rental has been the site of sweet memories, sunny days, great meals, and messes of all kinds. This year's vacation with Rocky sandwiched between her half-grown kids and fully aging parents promises to be just as delightful as summers past. Based on the end of the blurb, it almost sounds like we get past and present timeline. I don't know. I'm going into this totally blind. I've just seen some things on TikTok and Goodreads reading some like reviews of this, and I'm interested. I think my sister also had it on her kitchen counter when I went to her house last, and I was like, that piqued my curiosity. So I picked it up at Target the last time I went, and I'm going to read through it. The chapters are super duper short. Like, some of them are only a page long, which is really, really nice. So yeah, the book is also really short. It's under 300 pages. That is really, really nice. Okay, I will hopefully be flying through this book. It sounds like just a good summer like atmospheric read. So I'm excited to dive in, going in relatively blind, which is kind of fun sometimes, but I wanted to hop on here and let you know which direction we were headed, and I will keep you posted as I read, but I am starting that one today. Hi, so I just filmed the clip that you're about to see next. My hair is clipped like this because I want more volume in my roots, and it kind of looks like I have like a bump it. Is that what they're called? Like the little wig flippy things. I didn't really think it through, and I just watched the clip back and I'm like, what is that hair? So that's what's going on. I'm so sorry. Wow, slight dilemma. I finished reading Sandwich on my Kindle. The book, nowhere to be found. I don't know where I put it. I don't know where I left it. It has to be in a bag somewhere, or I left it at somebody's house. I don't know where it is. I'm sure it'll turn up the second I finish filming this, and I won't have it to hold as my little talking point. So I'll put the photo on the screen so we're all aware I am talking about Sandwich. I didn't like this book. There are so many points reading this book where I was like, I really should pick up the vlog, like I should update the vlog. It was on my mind, I didn't forget about you, but I would sit there and I'm like, I have nothing to say. Like there's no thought happened reading this book. I was not into it. It was boring to me, it was slow. I feel like I'm self-aware enough to know I am not the target audience for this book, and that is my bad. This is very much about like the sandwich generation, the kind of like 40s, 50s, 60s, menopause. Sandwich generation is basically where you have like the kids you're caring for and also your aging parents. You're kind of sandwiched in between caretaking for two generations. And that's not me, obviously. I didn't find it relatable. There were like a lot of jokes about being in a long-term marriage and like the pizzazz and the spice in the marriage fading, and menopause and aging body and sagging and wrinkles, and like fine, like whatever, that's womanhood, and like I'm fine reading about that, but I didn't connect to it. So I just felt like a huge distance. I also feel like this book tried to tackle rather like deep and traumatic topics and experiences in a very like shortcut kind of way. I don't feel like it necessarily got the attention that it deserved. I'm not going to say the issues in particular because it kind of is a spoiler. I just feel like the issues at hand were not dealt with the amount of attention and discussion that I feel like they deserve. I don't know. I was just not a huge fan. I'm giving this a 2-star. It was kind of a flop for me. We are not off to a great start. I'm feeling like I'm slumping. I feel like this has got to turn around and rather rapidly, or I'm going to just plummet into a deep reading slump. So fingers crossed, whatever book we choose next is going to help. I don't know. This was not it for me. I wish that I had more to say about this book, but that is just, I would say if you're not in that target demographic or interested in reading about that target age range, not a book for you. I feel like you will just be equally as bored as I was and not invested at all. So not a winner for me. 2 stars, kind of bummed, and I also have no idea where the book went. So it up and walked away. It must have heard me talking bad about it or something, and it just dipped because I don't know where my book is. That is like bizarre. I'm like trying to rack. I don't even think I took it out of the house, so I have no idea. But that's a bummer. I'm not sure where we're going next. Hopefully it can only go up from here, right? Like we're not gonna have a 1-star read. It can only go up from here. So hopefully our next book is more of a winner and I don't fall into the depths of despair and a reading slump. So cross your fingers for me. You're gonna see what happens next before I know what happens next. But yeah, we're having a tough time over here. Hello. Very long time no chat. I have taken on way too much in my everyday life, and I have been just so insanely busy, way too busy, and I feel like I haven't touched a book in like a month, and it is bumming me out, to be honest, because I love talking to you guys about books, I love reading books, and I just haven't had the time. So we are back. We are making a conscious effort to really prioritize what I need in my life, and that is reading and talking to you guys about the books I'm reading. So we're so back. We are so back. Oh, this camera angle is kind of funny. I did start another summer book, and that is The California Dreamers. I can't remember if I talked to you guys about this, but it was giving like Malibu Rising wannabe kind of vibe, like kind of giving Taylor Jenkins Reid Malibu Rising vibes. And I am softy and effing this book. I could not get into it. I read the first 3 chapters probably 4 or 5 times, and admittedly I was in kind of like a weird slump era. I still kind of am, so it could have totally been a me problem. That's why I'm soft DNFing it. I have plans to return to this book. I placed a hold on the audio from the library, so hopefully if I get the audio it can kind of help a little bit, but I just could not pick up this book for the life of me, so TBD on if I get to that. But I did try to start that and it just didn't work out. However, I did start and am currently reading The Compound, and this isn't necessarily like summer book, but it feels like it. It's kind of giving like Love Island type of vibes. It basically follows this group of people that wakes up on this shared compound, and it's like, if you've seen Love Island, a very similar concept, or like Bachelor in Paradise even, where you kind of have to buddy up and there's eliminations and like the entire nation is watching these people, but it's darker. Like there's a much darker and deeper spin, and it feels like a mashup of inspiration from so many different shows and books and forms of media, and it's really interesting so far. I will say there's a ton of characters. I'm trying to just trust the process, because one thing about me is I will psych myself out if there's so many characters and I can't follow it. I will give up on a book sometimes if I feel like I'm doubting myself and my ability to follow how many characters there are, but I'm trying to just trust it, because I feel like sometimes it's okay to be a little bit confused about who everybody is. So that is where we're at as of now. I am like 60-ish pages in, and it's a relatively short book. I believe it's under 300 pages. Yeah, it's like 290-ish. So I'm invested, and I feel like this could be a really great book to kind of pull me out of this weird slumpish era. I don't even know if I'm slumping or if I'm just in like a life weird period where like nothing is really vibing. Like just mentally I'm not fully there. Physically I've been way too busy. There's just a lot. So hopefully this book can kind of be the turning point. There's always like that one magical book when you come out of like a slump era and you're like, ah, this book saved me, and I'm so back, baby. So fingers crossed that that's this book. I'm trying to not put too much pressure on it, but as of now, it's working. I am enjoying reading it. I'm not wanting to put it down. So far so good. I will continue to update you when I have more thoughts. Basically, it's just kind of like the setup of the premise that I've described to you so far. But I will continue to vlog as I read through this book, and probably wrap up the video with this book, considering I haven't been reading and I haven't posted a video in way too long. So I am very sorry about that, but hopefully we're back in business, and I will update you when I have a little bit more of a reading update with this one. Hello, it is the same day, just quite a bit later now, and I am back in my pajamas. I took them off this morning and I am re-wearing them because I only wore them for like 2 hours this morning. So call me gross, I don't care. I am working my way through The Compound. I'm actually making some pretty good progress, and I've had a lot of time to listen to this today. So I'm doing like tandem reading kind of. I'll do like audio while watching it. No. Audio while physically reading, so kind of like that immersive reading experience, and then I'll do physical reading and then I'll do audio, and it's kind of just helping break it up while I'm in this weird slump era. It's helping me actually make progress through the book, so that is working for me right now, and I'm just about the 50% mark now. And this is kind of dark, you guys. Like there are I don't even want to say creepy, but like the pressure that these contestants, I guess, are put under, and they have like, they're like bribed with necessities like fans, air conditioning, clothing, skincare, like those types of things. And I feel like the book, there's so many things I want to say. I feel like the book is partially making a statement on like influencer culture, because there are like brands that are sponsoring the contestants, and like the contestants have to really go over the top and like thank these brands when they get like teeth whitening strips or makeup or like those types of things. And I don't know exactly what the author is trying to say about influencer marketing, but there's definitely a statement about like influencer marketing in the way it's being written about. But back to what I was saying, the contestants are being like bribed with things that they need and things that they really desire, but in order to get them, they kind of have to do really nasty things to the other people that they're around and be sneaky and manipulative. And if they don't fulfill them, like I just read a part where they accidentally shared like what the challenge was to get the reward. And because they spoke the challenge to another contestant, there's like a punishment. And it feels very dystopian, like very eerie, and not in like a creepy, gory, violent way, just eerie in like how twisted it is. Does that make sense? So that's where I'm at as of now. I am pretty into this. Honestly, I'm enjoying my time for the most part. I want to go for a little bit of a walk. My dog needs to get out of the house and go for a walk. So I might take her for a little stroll and listen to some more of this. I just finished my Patreon book club meeting for July, the first meeting this month. So that was a lot of fun. And now I probably will make some dinner and then go for a walk because I feel like I need to eat something. Even though making dinner seems like a lot of work right now, maybe I'll do something easy. Butter noodles might be the move. But that is the update as of now. I needed to update you before I just like flew through this book and didn't share anything about my thoughts. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's twisted. It's very dystopian, very eerie. And I feel like the author is going to tie this up and make a lot of statements about our current culture and society and consumption and body image. Oh, another thing, like one of the first challenges was they had to rank all the contestants, the boys rank the girls and vice versa, on like a scale of attractiveness, and they would just put people in like last place for being attractive, and like that was how to rank them kind of. I was like, that's a huge statement on reality TV, culture, society, social media, the emphasis on like beauty standards and beauty ideals. I was like, dang, we're going about deep topics in such a interesting way. I didn't expect this book to be deep and meaningful, but it is. Okay, I think those are all of my thoughts as of now. I feel kind of scattered and all over the place. Please ignore my pimple patch on my chin. I'm hoping to like help my skin a little bit. Everything's going to shambles, you guys. My skin is freaking out. Everything's just chaotic, but at least I'm reading again. At least I'm reading again. Okay, that's the update. I will talk to you likely very, very soon. Hello, it is a new day, new energy, new focus. I feel back. I feel like we're back. I finished The Compound this morning, like 20 minutes ago. Maybe less than that. And do you guys remember in my last clip when I said that this book wasn't like violent and gory? I lied. I spoke too soon. It got violent and it got gory and it got kind of gross. And this is going to be such a niche experience, but I had like a flashback while reading this book to one of my greatest irrational fears growing up. When you were in middle school and high school and you were in science class, did you have to take like the science safety test, and like a big part of the test was about the eye wash station? Like if you got chemicals in your eye, you had to like peel your eyes open and stand in front of the eye wash station for like, I don't remember what the answer was, like an insane amount of time, like 10 minutes or something. That was like such, like that was constantly in the back of my brain when I was in science class of like, I cannot go in front of the eye wash station. And I think it was an anxiety thing because I was like, how embarrassing would that be? There's a part in this book, if you've read it, you might know what I'm talking about, but the eye wash station just really, it brought up all of the eye wash trauma from that phase of my life. And I just have to know if that is a unique experience or if that is a universal experience. Did everyone have to take that science safety test? I would assume so. There's like all the rules. I pulled dog hair out of my chapstick. Anyways, that is just a random thought that I had while reading this. I feel like this book is not at all what I expected. I expected to really love it, but I loved it in a different way when I read it. It went a lot deeper than I expected, and it went a lot more, whoa, sound like a boy going through puberty. It went a lot more dystopian than I expected, and I feel like the messages were just more meaningful and powerful than I anticipated going into this book. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I will say there's a lot going on at any given moment, which I think was good for me kind of getting out of this slump era. I needed something quick and fast paced with a lot of like action. I do feel at times it was hard to follow because we have all the characters individually and then we also have to remember all the characters' couplings. Similar to like Love Island, it's kind of hard when you're first learning everybody to keep track. And it was so fast paced that it was like I was just getting the hang of who someone was, and then everything would get shifted and like switched up, and it was kind of a lot to remember as I was reading. But I honestly don't feel like it hindered my reading experience that much because I still really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to give it a 4-star. I was thinking like a 3.5, but I think I'm going to say just a solid 4. It was good. It was really good. It's exactly what I needed to kind of get out of this slump era, and I want to pick up books again, which is so exciting. I actually want to read. So hallelujah. I maybe have been cured of this weird slumpy era that I've been in. We're back in business, baby. And it feels so good. It feels so good. I'm gonna wrap this vlog up with this book, I think, because like I said earlier, it has been so long since I posted a vlog, and I still need to edit this and get it up before I leave for a trip for my birthday coming up soon. So all the things going on. So I am gonna conclude here. I don't even remember what books I read in this video. I think I read Sandwich, The Summer We Ran. Is that what I started with? There's more dog hair in my chapstick. I have no memory. I have no memory. This vlog has been going on for way too long, and I apologize that I have been so MIA. Like I said, life has just been, I bit off more than I can chew. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. But life has been chaotic. But hopefully we are back in business because this is what I love. This is what I want to be doing. So I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to do more of this, and hopefully we'll continue to have more time and space and energy to do this and do what I love. So thank you for supporting me through all the life phases and hanging out with me always here over on YouTube or on TikTok or Instagram, wherever you're from. Thank you for sticking with me through all the content phases. I love you. I appreciate you. Happy summer reading. Leave a comment down below while you're here, letting me know your favorite summery-ish book that you've read so far this season. I'm going to try to squeeze in a couple more before like the end of August-ish. So let me know if you have any like must-read summer books for the summertime. I would love to hear them and add them to my TBR. So that is all for today's video. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any future videos. There will be more. You will see more of me, I promise. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye, book besties.